Hi, I am here with Javaun King of Capital Carpet Floor Care. Javaun, um, welcome. Do you have anything to say before we
Uh,
start?
well, no, just I appreciate you taking out your time to be able to, just talk with me, and I just appreciate it. Thank you very
Pleasure.
much.
The reason I'm doing these kinds of interview videos for local businesses is just so that I can, well, businesses are hurting right now in the pandemic, and there's a lot of good small businesses out there that do not have a lot of online presence, and I'm making it my job to go out and really highlight these businesses, just to get them more attention, more eyeballs into to for you guys to go do business with them. So this is something that I hope that you guys actually listen and learn how they got started in business, the passion in their business, and enjoy the interview. Uh, Javon, how did you get started into doing carpet cleaning?
So it's very interesting how I got started in carpet cleaning. So I was leaving my apartment. I lived down in Newport News, Virginia, and this is probably 2019. I was leaving my apartment, and one of the requirements for leaving the apartment is you got to clean the carpets, right? They say either you can do it or you can hire someone to do it, or they'll hire someone to do it, and obviously it costs more when you do that. So what I did is I was like, all right, let me just go buy the little carpet cleaning machine that they have at Walmart. It was like $180, maybe $80, something like that. So I went and I only did my bedroom. I was supposed to do all three rooms, but I only did. And I went and I was like, and I did it. I was like, hey, this is easy. Like I could do this as a business. And where I was at kind of the time in my life, I had just left the network marketing, industry.
Okay.
And I was just like, all right, I need to find a business. I need to do something to generate some income outside of my military income. So once I did that, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to start this business. So I was actually driving up. I left Virginia and I was actually driving up to Jersey because I had to do some schooling up there. And so I actually filled out my LLC when I was in school. So that's how I got started.
Okay. So how has it been so far since you got started? I mean, so it's been almost what, 2 years, a year and a half?
Yeah, it'll be 2 years this July, this
Okay.
August. So it's definitely been interesting. My first 6 months, I was doing a lot of things. I was trying to make money, but I was realizing this is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was. And, because in from like July 2019 until the new year, I only made like a couple $1,000s. I just got some basic equipment and stuff like that. But then, as I'm going, and then, March 2020 comes around and good old coronavirus comes in. So as if I didn't have it hard enough, coronavirus wanted to show her face. And so it made it even harder. And so that obviously that was in like spring of 2020. So I'm just navigating, I'm just moving, I'm just going, in spite of Corona, I'm still, doing stuff to get business, and I'm still cleaning, doing whatever I can. So,
Okay.
it's been a road. It's been an interesting journey, but, I'm definitely appreciative of it, yeah, but it's been fun though. It's been very, very interesting.
Okay. I mean, with all the new procedures in for COVID, the pandemic, what are you doing that is differently now than you did before?
So are you saying what, like, as far as marketing my business? What am I
No,
doing?
in terms of going into customers and doing cleaning.
Oh, okay. Well, so before COVID hit, I was just going in normal, but now, I'm going, making sure I have gloves on,
Okay.
have a mask on, and then whenever I greet the client, I make sure I keep my distance. Not that I wasn't, I was like all up on before, but the distance is a little more respectable now. you know, like I'm not all up beside them and stuff like that. You know, making sure I have the gloves on, the mask, you know, making sure I have shoe covers, you know, and also with my equipment, I'm making sure that, you know, I sanitize my equipment after every single job because I
Oh,
don't
really?
want to. Yep. And so, you know, that's just one of the things I do because, you know, if I were to hire somebody and, you know, they did a job and then they came into my house, I'd like clean equipment. And I believe that everyone deserves that, you know, so I do that also.
Are you cleaning the equipment in front of them after you get there, or after
No.
you?
So after, what I'll do is once I complete a job, I'll go back and I go back to my office, you know, back to the
Okay.
shop. You know, I'll sanitize the equipment, you know, everything that I may had used as far as shoe covers and gloves and, you know, whatever PPE. You know, I'll wash the face mask if I have a type of face mask that I can use that's washable. If not, throw it away, you know. So that, you know, just doing what we can to protect not only ourselves, but also our clients also.
Okay. I understand that you mentioned that you're in the military.
Yes,
What do you do in the military?
So, so I'm in the Navy. Been in the Navy coming up on 11 years this September.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for serving.
Thanks for the support. So what I do is what's called an aviation boatswain's mate launch and recovery equipment man. So basically what that means is I work with whenever the aircraft comes into the carrier, work on the equipment to either catch it or launch it.
Wow. Then how do you manage to do that and then carpet cleaning?
Well,
You must have a busy schedule. I mean, I know that you're awfully busy doing other stuff.
yeah, I mean, you know, you just got to figure it out. You know, you got to make up your mind that, hey, you know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to not only make it worth my while, but I'm going to provide something, you know, to other people, you know. So, I mean, basically what I do, like during the weekday, Monday to Thursday, I will, you know, just do one job after work. I schedule it between, you know, 2 to 6, you know, it might be 4 o'clock, it might be 5. You know, and I kind of let the clients know that, hey, you know, I'm in the military. As soon as I get off, I'll be on my way. So, you know, I communicate with them in that retrospect. So that's Monday through Thursday. You know, Friday, I usually get off work a little earlier. So, you know, I might be able to schedule 2 that day. And then on Saturday, you know, I can do, you know, anywhere between 2 to 4 jobs on that day. So,
wow.
You know, I fit it in really whenever I can. You know, I try not to do anything that's, you know, crazy far. But, I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, you know, that's kind of how my schedule is managed.
Okay. What exactly do you carpet clean?
So it's not just carpet cleaning. So there's carpet cleaning, obviously, that's kind of like the main one.
Okay.
But we also, you know, do tile and grout, hardwood also, you know, furniture, and then also area rugs also.
Okay. Do you also do like pet stains and stuff like that?
Yeah. So and that's part of the carpet cleaning. You know, that's
Okay.
really carpet cleaning. And also, you know, we do stain removal. You know, I always tell people we're your neighborhood stain removal specialist. You know, because we've gotten very good at, you know, being able to remove stains that are kind of rough. And also, you know, with pet stains, you know, whenever a dog pees on the carpet, you know, we're able to remove those odors, you know, remove the yellowing that may be in the carpet. So that's a service we're also able to provide.
Okay. Tell me the truth. Or like, what's the hardest thing that you had to clean that you just hated? I mean, is there any stories?
Oh yeah, I got a couple of them, and I hope they don't watch this. If they listen to it, they're gonna know.
Oh, don't use their names.
No, I'm not gonna use their names. Yeah. All right, so I'll give you 2 specific stories. All right, so the very first one I did last summer, and I go up there, and the lady's like, "All right, hey, this." I said, "All right, cool." You know, I gave her the price. She's like, "All right, cool." It was the standard price, the one that I had already quoted her. And I did it. And I was just like, wow, this is so dirty. Like, this is nasty. But then another one this was probably the worst one I've ever done. It was only a couple shades away from being black. Like, you know, like black like a TV would be, you know. And I'm in there, and I'm doing it. And I'm like, ooh, this stinks. You know, and even, you know, I did it, and, you know, I just made it so they were happy, and I got up out of there. I got out of there as soon as possible. And then when I went to flush out my dirty water tank, like normally I can, usually take a little video and show people kind of the dirty water that came out of that carpet, but it smelled so bad. Like I let the water out and I had to spray down the pavement to get the smell away. It smelled so bad. It's stinky. Yeah.
How do you basically advertise your business?
So I do a couple ways. So I network with people, I network with other business professionals in the area, realtors, other cleaners, veterinarians. I network with them, places like PetSmart, I believe that's what it's called.
Okay.
Also, word of mouth referral. I will post on Facebook and things like that, but I also, I'm on Google also, and also, we'll do Facebook ads as well. So I do my best to, just make sure that not only that I'm everywhere, I can be as many places as possible, but I'm also there when the client is ready to buy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you intend this business to get out for you in the long run?
I really just started this business as, some additional income. Like I've been looking for something that can replace my military income probably for like 5 to 6 years now. And I believe this is definitely something that could attribute towards that, especially like in the summer months, we're able to do very well, so that was like my main focus of it. But also, I want to be able to build something, for my family, I want to be able to build something, and have something, like being in the military, obviously people tell me what to do all the time. And I'll be 100% honest with you. I hate every moment of it. I don't like people bossing me around. I don't like people telling me what to do. I mean, I figure at least if someone's going to tell me what to do, they should at least be paying me a couple $100, But yeah, I'm just, I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to be able to have a service that I can provide, a professional service that I can provide to my community, and so just, being able to do that, having something for my family, and also doing something that, I've really never done. Prior to me opening this company, I had no carpet cleaning experience. I had no marketing experience. Only type of business I was ever in was network marketing. And I did that for about 2 years. And that allowed me to get a lot of good skills. But even still, like I had to learn a lot of stuff. I was doing more things than I thought I had to do. But really what I'm trying to get out of it, just to have something, let it be a new adventure. Even if I don't do it forever, I step away from it or I sell it to somebody, it's just a great adventure.
Okay. Can you have any like top 3 things that you can give business? I mean, give a resident, a customer of yours. Like,
sure.
What are the top 3 things? How about we complete the sentence? Whatever.
Sure. All right. So I guess my top 3 recommendations to kind of really, keep. I wouldn't say keep a carpet cleaner away, but you have to take care of your home. You need to be vacuuming all the time. So what I want you guys to think of it this way. So your carpet is basically a filter. So all that dust, all that dirt in the air that you don't see, the carpet traps it. It goes into those fibers, it goes into there. So you need to make sure that you're vacuuming as much as possible. The next thing is if you have small pets or if you have children, or if you have pets or small children, you need to make sure your dog is not, or whatever animal you have, make sure that animal is going to the bathroom outside, and make sure you're vacuuming behind them, because if they pee on the carpet, like as a homeowner, you may not be able to get that out with the greatest equipment, and then you would have to call, one of us, so then when it comes to children, you want to make sure, that try and keep them, keep things that they may play with in the room, out of the room as much as possible, because they play with Play-Doh, glitter, all that type of stuff. For the average homeowner, you're definitely not going to be able to get out. And that's why we have to use specific industry designed chemistry to be able to remove those types of things, paint, tar and any of that type of stuff. So my third thing was, Don't be afraid, to ask questions. Don't be afraid, whenever we do arrive, to just tell us the truth. Like, hey, look, it's full of it's full of pet spots. I mean, we're gonna find out anyway. At least specifically in my company, we're gonna find out anyway. But the most transparent that you are with us, the easier that we can make it, for you.
But if I tell you the truth, you're gonna charge me more money.
Well, so it's either you can tell me up front or I can figure it out myself.
Oh.
So it's just like, you can be like, hey, Mr. King, thank you for coming. This one room, it's real bad. There's a lot of pet spots. Because when I come in, I'm going to come in with my black light and I'm going to see all the pet spots and look at you like, I thought you said there wasn't any pet spots. You didn't have any dogs. And I'm looking at this carpet full all the way to the backing of urine, so.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
What area do you serve? I forgot to ask that in the beginning of the conversation. I apologize
Sure.
on that.
So I'm located in Southern Maryland. So I serve Southern Maryland. So that's Charles County, Prince George County, also Arlington and Alexandria, Virginia, and also I go down to Calvert County a little bit in St. Mary's County. That's really my area that I serve currently.
Okay, isn't that closer to like Washington D.C.?
Yeah, it is. So where I'm at, I'm probably about 45 minutes away from Washington D.C. So I try not to go to D.C. very often, but if it's right, I'll go. But I don't really advertise that that I go to DC.
Okay. When a lot of people deal with you, do you have any like I guess recurring recurring jobs, or is this like a one-time thing, or do you?
Oh no, we definitely have plenty of repeat business.
Okay.
Carpet cleaning is one of those things where you need to be doing it 6 to 9 months, but no more than 12 months. You don't want to wait any longer than 12.
Okay.
We definitely do have a lot of recurring business, have a lot of great customers that use us and use us often.
Hey, Javaun, my last question is how I know there's so many different carpet cleaner company out there. Like, I mean, what would you say would separate you from all the other carpet cleaning companies?
Well, yeah, I definitely agree, Benson. There are so many other clean companies out there. If you
big ones and tiny ones.
Right, yeah. I mean, you got the big franchise. When everyone thinks of carpet cleaning, they think of Stanley Steamers. You got Chem Dry, Zero Res. Those are like the big franchise. But then you got every single guy that got $5,000 and he got an SUV. All of a sudden he has a carpet cleaning. So how would I say I'm different? So everything that I do is different. How I market different. How I clean is kind of standard. But we're industry certified. Not everyone has that. What does that mean? Not only did I go through a class, and I was taught how to properly clean. I also took a test and I was certified by the industry board. It's called the IICRC.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And then also, I'm not like one of those weird, creepy dudes that, come to your house, like I'm coming in as your friend, how can I service you today? How can I help you? I come in on a personal level, because that's just the type of person I am, so that's one of the ways that, I differentiate myself, and I do my best to make sure that my content demonstrates that also. And then because when I arrive, I'm not there to degrade you or anything. Really, I'm there to educate you. I love teaching. I love being a teacher. So whenever we get hired, I go in and I'll explain to people. I'll break down the science of urine. I'll break down the science of urine, how it comes out as an acid, and if you just add water to it, it'll make it smell worse. I'll go and I'll tell them, okay, this is your regular standing cleaning price. This is what we would charge for you to restore it. That's because that's also something we do, restore the carpets.
Oh, really?
there's certain situations where I'm gonna say, hey, look, you just need to replace this. It's gotten past the point of cleaning. It's gotten past the point of being able to be restored. So that's something else that I'm also able to do, is to be able to explain that. Not only just say it to the client, but explain it in a way that they are able to understand and comprehend it.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I never really thought that you had to take a test for carpet
Mm-hmm.
cleaning. And wow, okay. What kind of machines are you using for in your business most of the time?
So what I have is called what I use is called a butler system. Okay. So if you've ever seen a tow truck, a tow truck, it has the little levers on the side. So what that's called a PTO, basically, right? So what I have is a direct drive unit. Basically, what that means is the engine, or not the engine, but the van and the machine, they're married together. So the van will power the machine. And so I have a truck mounted carpet cleaning system. So everything stays in the van. I don't bring anything in but hoses, vacuums, wands, stuff like that. So that's what I'm currently using.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But and also, even like with the equipment, I tell people all the time, like other cleaners and stuff, like it's not necessarily about what equipment you use, because the only thing the equipment does is allow you to do your job faster. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to know what to do. You have to know what you're working with. So that's really the important part, because I could give anybody, my van and tell them to go do, but if they're not using the equipment properly, I mean, it's just a waste of money. Okay. So really the education piece is the part that matters.
Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm. What about, I mean, I don't know if homeowners deal with this. I don't have carpets in home, so I've never had to call in a carpet cleaner. But are carpet cleaners bonded, or it's optional?
So according to my CPA and also the attorney, so carpet cleaning are not required to be bonded. That's not like a thing for our industry. We are required to be insured, well, you're not technically required to be insured, but it's in your very, very best interest to be insured.
Okay.
You can still do jobs without the insurance. It's just not in your best interest to go without it. So, a lot of us, will have the insurance, but no bonding required.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how about, how do you spot a scammer versus a legitimate carpet cleaner?
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, it starts with everything that you first see. Say you see their ad. If they're talking about, 3 rooms for $50 and you book them, expect them to, when they get in the house, to start selling you stuff. Because there's something what we call bait and switch. So basically mean, hey, 2 rooms, a hallway, and a sofa for $99. But when they get there, they're going to clean one room with, just plain water, but then they'll clean the other room with all these great chemicals. And they're going to say, hey, look, we cleaned that one room, it's probably not going to be very clean. Then this other room, we cleaned it, with this stuff. Now, if you want us to finish with the rest of this stuff, it'll be X amount of dollars. It's not really a business model I like. It's really a volume-based business model, and I mean, you're deceiving people. So yeah.
Okay. Do you do mostly residential, or is it commercial?
So actually, I do both. I'm probably about 80 to 90% residential, and then the rest is commercial. So, but we do commercial services also. Okay.
Which is a lot easier. Or is there any difference in terms of cleaning?
Yeah. Well, the process is a little different. Instead of what we call hot water extraction, we'll usually just end cap it, and that's just using an encapsulation method. But I actually kind of prefer the commercial because it allows me to kind of not show up whenever I want, but I'm not like you know, I don't have to send someone a text if I get there at 3:30 instead of 3 o'clock. You know, so but I do like both. I like interacting with customers, so I do like the residential part. You know, and sometimes you're able to make a little more on the residential side. But I do enjoy both.
I think I ran out of questions. Unless you have something you want to share with me.
Yeah, I guess I'll share a few things. I just want to tell the public, you know, I appreciate you guys just for supporting us, for supporting our company, you know, because when the pandemic hit, you know, I was kind of unsure of how it was going to pan out because, you know, like I wasn't even in business for a year and then Corona came in. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys for supporting us. You know, I do have a Facebook page. It's Capital Carpet and Floor Care. Same thing with Instagram. And I have a YouTube page. If you can just, you know, just follow all those social media platforms, you know, I greatly appreciate it.
I'm gonna make sure to have all that on the page and also in the video.
Okay. All right. Great. So, you know, I just want to say thank you guys for supporting us. You know, continue to use us. You know, anytime you guys have a question about anything, don't be afraid to, you know, pick up the phone and give us a call. You know, we'd love to answer your questions. You know, if you'd like to get price on anything, you know, you can go and, you know, we do free in-home estimates if you're looking for the most accurate pricing. But if you'd like one over the phone, we can do that for you as well. You know, but yeah, I just want to say thanks, guys. You know, I greatly appreciate it.
My pleasure. I really appreciate you for actually spending time to come on this interview. I mean, like I said in the beginning, a lot of businesses are hurting, and this is my way of actually giving back to the community to help highlight businesses. So I'm going to cut this short right now.
All right.